All right, guys, so today is the day of our ATI Proctored Exam, and yeah, I'm just ready to get it over with, to be honest. Yeah, I just got up not too long ago. I made me some coffee. I got my laptop. I have my ATI book right here, just kind of to look over things. So the one good thing about the ATI Proctored Exam and then my nurse, the units that we're going over in school is the same. So right now we're learning about mental health for our unit exam, which is tomorrow. We're going over the same information. The only thing about ATI is that, okay, so they give you this little book, which they kind of compact and make it very small of all the stuff you need to know. This book is not very thick, but it has a lot of information in it. It's just more compact. The thing with the ATI Proctored Exam is that they can ask you any question out of this book, okay? When I say any question, I mean any freaking question out this book. Compared to your unit exam with your teacher, because my teacher, she go over certain things she wants us to know, or, we talk about schizophrenia, bipolar, depression, the medications for it. We hit on some of the major things, but we don't talk about ADHD. Yeah, I felt like I did too many letters in that, but I didn't. ADHD and their medications and expected behavior and therapeutic effects and things like that. So one thing I have noticed, that's why I said they can ask you anything out the book. We didn't go over it right. That's not going to be on our unit exam. There's nothing we talked about or anything like that. But when I take practice questions, they're asking questions about that, about that medication and the adverse effects and things like that, or the expected behavior and the nursing action and stuff like that. So just be aware of that. If you got ATI and you just started doing ATI, just be aware. One, they can ask you anything out the whole book. And two, they may ask you things that you're not going over in class. So you're probably going to get them wrong. But it's best to know, so then you can look over it, so then when you do take the proctored exam, you're ready. Now, the proctored exam, the proctored exam, the good thing about ATI is that their style of questions are the same. But, of course, you're going to have new questions, but they don't do a lot of trick questions when it comes to ATI. But I don't know. I just suck. It just sucks we got both of these tests back to back. Even though it's about the same material, it's still a headache, because the ATI exam is between 60 and 70 questions, depending on, I guess, the subject or whatever. But I've seen, I think nutrition was 70 questions. I don't know, but I know it go up to 70 questions, and that's a lot of dang on questions to be taken. That's all I'm saying. So I'm kind of just chilling. I ain't matching. I'm just looking a hot mess this morning, but I don't care. So no, I didn't work last night because I do night shift. So for all the people that's just watching this video, you guys know, if you've been following me, then you already know I'm a night shift nurse. But for the people that just now follow me, I do night shift, and I don't recommend working nights and then getting off work at 7 or 8 in the morning and then taking a test. One, you supposed to be up all night. So if you want them night shift nurse that just be sleep all night, you might be all right. You're not supposed to be sleep all night, but you might be good. You know what I'm saying? You might not need that rest. But for what I do, home health, and I'm watching someone's child, and, I have to stay up. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just be falling asleep on their child. Anything can happen. They can have a seizure. The vent machine can stop working. They can stop breathing. It's just so many things that can happen. And it's one-on-one, so nobody else to blame but yourself. So I have to stay up. So I make sure that during tests, I am off the night before, because I need all my 8 hours of sleep. I need to be able to get up early enough to wake up. So this morning I made coffee. And then you can make you something to eat. I haven't find me something to eat yet. I still haven't eaten yet, but I have to decide what I want to eat. But, you can get something to eat. You can, just have time to look over some stuff. So I get up early. I get up at least 2 to 3 hours early before a test. Now, my tests are not scheduled for super early in the morning. So if you have a test that's at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty early for me. But our test, our ATI test is typically at 9 in the morning, and then our unit test is 11 o'clock in the morning. So when I have that, I just go through, I make me something to eat, get something to drink, normally coffee. I only drink coffee for exams and for clinicals. So if you guys watch the Get Ready With Me, you probably see me drink coffee in like both of those videos. Cause I need to wake up. I be tired. I mean, it'd be too early. I can't just have all that energy like soon I wake up. So I need something to wake me up. And then I make sure my computer is running, because you don't want a slow running computer when you're trying to take a test. You don't want a computer that just having problems. Your computer may shut down on you during the test. Like, you just don't know. So I like to reboot my computer. I like to make sure it gets its updates or whatever it needs to do with this computer. I just do that before, they give me plenty of time for it to reboot. I'm not panicking. I got 2-3 hours for it to get its life together. And then another thing is I like to kind of go over the material. So when LPN school, y'all, I used to be like, if you don't know it by test day, then you just don't know it. Like, that's just how I thought. So I would never look over no material before test, anything. I wouldn't look over anything. I kept that book shut and just was like, well, I know what I know. And if I don't know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when I got in RN school, I quickly realized that I need to go over some stuff before a test. And so I do. I think it does help. I'm not saying like, no, we're finna hardcore study. Like, no, you should have already hardcore studied. Like, you should not be like straight trying to remember new information. What I'm saying is looking over things that you're a little iffy about. So say we're talking about alcohol intoxication and the signs and symptoms of, like, if somebody's intoxicated, and say I'm just having issues with remembering. Mind you, I do a lot of practice questions, which you should be doing practice questions too. And when you do your practice questions, you will quickly find out, man, every time they ask me about alcohol intoxication, I tend to get those questions wrong. So that'll let you know, like, okay, I need to relook over alcohol intoxication. So that's kind of how I figure out what I need to relook over. So if I see something I keep getting wrong, or I get a majority of the questions wrong, then I'll be like, okay, I need to look over this again. So I just look over stuff again before the test. So I just scan it, look over it. I'm not studying. I use my whiteboard, and I may say, okay, what are the signs and symptoms of withdrawal of alcohol? Then I'll write down what I think it is, and then I'll look at my notes and in my book to see if I got it right. Excuse me. To see if I got it right. And then once I do that, just kind of like a brief look over. So that when you get to the test, when it asks those questions, you could be like, oh, I just looked that over. You know what I'm saying? So it's like fresh in your mind. Tip. So, but if you're not that type of person, then you do what works for you. That's how I feel. Like, however you're studying, however you study, you do what works for you. Some people just got really good memories. Some people just know the stuff. If you can generally know, like, if you generally know what you need to know, then, did that make sense? That was so much saying, like, without saying so much. That didn't even make sense. But, like, general, say with, I just stick with alcohol because, I don't know. It ain't even in front of me, so I don't even know why I'm talking about the alcohol. But anyways, so with alcohol, because I like drinking wine. But anyways, so with alcohol intoxication, so when you withdraw for alcohol, everything is kind of heightened. So you're going to have high blood pressure, high temp, high heart rate. If you generally know, like, okay, well, I know most of the signs and symptoms for this is going to be elevated. You don't got to know exactly which specific things necessarily, but if it say select all applied, you're going to look at the ones that are elevated first. And if it's anything that's not elevated, you're going to remember, because it's probably going to be like the only thing that's not going to be elevated. You know what I'm saying? But everything else is going to be elevated. So if you can generally like kind of just know in your mind what to kind of expect, you don't really need to know the intricate details of each one, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So try to study like that. If you've been having problems and you're trying to remember like every single word it's too much information to remember every single word. So I just generally try to remember, okay, well, I know when it comes to alcohol withdrawal, everything is going to be heightened. Like everything is going to be elevated. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's the one thing except for this, think about it. Or, oh, everything's going to be elevated and then they're going to have rapid eye movement. It's rapid. Just know the nursing term for it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they're going to say the nursing term and not just say rapid eye movement. They're going to be nystagma or, is that what it is? Yeah, nystagma or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to give you like the medical term a lot of the times. But this is pretty much it for this ATI. Like that's how I review for ATI. I don't know. I just feel like taking both tests back to back. Like I have a headache already. You know what I'm saying? But the ATI is not a huge part of our grade, so that is good. The unit test is a way bigger chunk of our grade, so I definitely want to get a really good score on the unit test. Not saying you shouldn't get a good score on ATI depending on your school and how they weigh the grades, but as long as I get a level 2 on ATI on my test, I'm fine. Because level 2, you don't have to retake it, but you can retake it. Most likely, I'm not going to retake it. If I get a level 2, it's just, I'm going to accept that level 2, and I'm going to not stress myself out, and I'm going to move on. But if you get a level 1, then you have to retake it. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to have to retake it. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to get a level 2 so I can be good. You know, I want a level 3, but I will settle for the level 2. Long as I don't have to retake it. Like, who want to take more tests? Nobody. Like, I don't want to take more tests than I have to take. So if I get a level 2, I'll be good. Like, thank you. I'll take my level 2. But if you get a level 1 and you have, like, you don't even have a choice. Like, you have to retake it. You have to do concept maps. You gotta, it's like so much stuff you gotta do and turn in. Like, I don't got time for that. Like, let me just study what I can so I can get a level 2. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm saying it's just be too much. It's a lot of information. And I think when we did our ATI pharmacology, like I already told you guys, I'm not the best at pharmacology. Like I know popular drugs and stuff like that, but when it comes to like, they ask you so many drugs, of course on pharmacology, but there's a lot of drugs that you haven't even like learned yet. So I feel like for ATI fundamentals, ATI pharmacology, they should give that in third semester. Just because you've gotten to know way more information, like more medications, like mental health. Okay, we took our pharmacology before we did mental health. So it was a lot of mental health medications on pharmacology, ATI. Of course, we didn't know it because we ain't got to that yet. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was a lot of questions I got wrong in regards to mental health medications because we haven't went through mental health medications. In LPN school, you don't do mental health. Like, that's just not a focus in LPN school. So no, we didn't know all the medications for mental health, like SSRIs, SNRIs, you know, all that, those medications, TCAs. I know, like, if you haven't been through that, you're like, what is she talking about? Exactly. And it's a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of people with mental disorders and things like that that you need to know. So ATI pharmacology, on that test, they had a lot of mental health questions and a lot of cardiac questions, a lot of respiratory questions. But yeah, mental health, you know, so that's why I kind of feel like by the time you get to fourth semester, you kind of been through a lot more medications that you needed to know. And you would do a lot more, you know, a lot better in pharmacology because you've touched on a lot of medications at that point. Even though you have the cardiac section, you do cardiac in fourth semester. I know at my school we do a fourth semester, but we have already been introduced to a lot of cardiac medications leading up to fourth semester. So we kind of know our beta blockers, our calcium channel blockers, things like that. Like, we've already been introduced to it, so it's not like you just learning it for the first time, like mental health. We were just learning it, but we had already took the pharmacology. So that's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving my thoughts. But they need to do better. If they want their students to get good grades on the ATI, then get a test when you know they've been through most of those medications. Don't get pharmacology in the beginning of the freaking third semester when we have the whole semester to learn all these new medications. Like mental health, that's a big chunk of nursing. You probably should wait till after that to get pharmacology. Just saying. But anyways, so yeah, so this is how my morning going. I fed the dogs. I took them outside. So they sleep right now. So I'm just kind of chilling. And I'm finna get this day done and over with. Probably make some runs. I don't even know what I'm doing today, to be honest. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to kind of go through that, kind of how I study for ATI, which is not really difficult. But if it's material that you haven't been over, my advice is to do a ton of ATI practice questions. Actually look at the rationales. Look to ways to improve. So if you know you got it wrong, go to their book and read about it. Because like I said, they get their answers out of their own books. So go to their books and read about it. The one thing that I do notice from ATI, when I take the practice questions, like a lot of times they have practice test A and practice test B, depending on the subject. Mental health had practice test A and B. Practice test A will give you the rationales when you take the questions. Practice test B does not give you the rationales when you take the questions. So you just take the test and they give you a score, but you can improve, and it'll tell you like, you know, improvements on effectiveness of this medication, and you can click on it and it'll take you to that section in the book, and it'll like have like a little yellow line to highlight what you need to be looking at. I did notice that. So if you are trying to improve, definitely look at the improvement tab to improve, to see what you need to be looking at in the book, since you don't really know what questions you got right or wrong, because it doesn't tell you. They don't say, oh, this specific question you got wrong. But I did know with the Proctored exam, though, my lips crusty. With the Proctored exams, they just want you to know the whole damn page. Like, you don't even need to know the whole page. I did notice that. So when I take a Proctored exam, of course you can improve, and you'll go to it and just say levels of anxiety. Mind you, you took so many questions, you probably don't even know which question that is. But level of anxiety, and it doesn't highlight the section that you need to like know. It is just like put a little highlighted line at the title, and then you just need to read the whole page. You don't need to know the whole page. But it might just have like, you might just need to know mild to moderate anxiety and the nursing interventions, you know, because I mean, the title will like tell you on the side, but when you go to click on it, it'll just bring up the whole page, and it doesn't specifically draw your attention to that section. So you just kind of gotta stroll through. Or if you say contradiction for a certain medication, the title might say, you know, just the medication and the contradictions, but then you have to scroll through the whole page or whatever. Or you could just go to your book and find it in your book. But it's not as like in your face as when you do the practice test. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're just gonna kind of find that information, which I don't like. Highlight it for me so I can just go straight to that part, and so I can just read that part. I don't want to scroll through all these medications on this page to try to get to the part that I think I need to be at. But you know, I like looking through my book. I need to like feel the page. I need to touch the page. I need to look at the page. You know, so if you're that type of person, it tells you on the improvement where to find it in the book, like what page and what chapter, and you just go to that chapter and you find it and you read it. If you have to be like me. But that's it, y'all. So that was it. A quick little vlog of kind of like what I'm doing, drinking my little coffee, chilling, taking a test. And yeah, so I will try to vlog tomorrow because that's my unit test. So I'll definitely try to get some vlogging in, probably some study time with me or something. But for today, you know, I'm finna get this day started. Okay, guys, so I'm done with my test. I did really good on the test, so I don't have to retake it, thank goodness, because, honey, if I did, I was gonna be pissed off. I don't have to retake it. Yeah, I still look crazy, but I gotta make a couple runs. So I need to find me a keychain since we changed all our locks. So I need to find a keychain or whatever, and you know, I'm gonna try to do it. I know yesterday when I went to Walmart they didn't have any keychains, so I'm gonna try again today because I need to get some doggy pads too, because we're trying to train our dogs not to use it in the house. I'm not saying they use it like in the house, but we have like the cloth pads and stuff, so I feel like they think it's okay to use it in the house, like, you know what I'm saying? But I want them to be trained where they let us know that they have to use it instead of just going, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get some disposable pads, because we had those at first, but they were like chewing them up and ripping them up. So we're going to try a different method when training them. So if you got any training tips for dogs, please put it down below. If you have any reference videos for dogs, put it down below to train them, to let us know to like go outside to use it, you know what I'm saying? So we're working on that. So I have to pick up a couple things. So today I plan on going to Walmart, Dollar Tree, possibly Home Depot, and Target, depending on if I can't find this keychain. But that's pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the rental car, which is so clean. You know, my car dirty. Like, my kids just disrespectful. But this car all nice and clean and stuff. You know, I kind of like it. Like, just saying. So, yeah, that's kind of just what I'm doing right now. So, I will check in with you guys when I leave this store. Right now, I'm in front of Dollar Tree. So, we're finna go in Dollar Tree and see if I can find what I need. Y'all be sleeping on Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree. Sometimes they be having some good stuff. And I just need a keychain. I don't need nothing super expensive for no dang on keychain, but I do need some durable. We gonna see. So I'll check in with y'all when I get out of Dollar Tree. Okay, y'all, so I just left Dollar Tree. I didn't find a key ring or whatever. Like, they had one potential, but that's just not, I guess, what I was looking for. But I ended up getting like some wrapping paper for, you know, of course, Christmas gifts and stuff, and some bows. I just ended up getting like a little bit of stuff here and there. But y'all, the funniest thing, so, you know, we have to wear masks or whatever, and I had ate some hot chips. Before I went in, I was eating some hot chips. While I'm at the register, the hot chips decided to make my throat dry, okay? Because I didn't drink any water before I went in. So I started like kind of coughing a little bit. I'm like, like trying to clear my throat. Oh my God, the looks people give you when they think you got the coronavirus is hilarious. So they just looking at me, and I'm like trying to hold the cough in, you know, because I'm like, man, if I cough, man, they gonna think I got the coronavirus, which is sad. When it's that time of the year, it's flu season and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Cold and flu season. So really, this is normal around this time of year for people to get sick, and it just kind of sucks because of the, you know, coronavirus or whatever, or pandemic, as you want to say it, pandemic. But it's just kind of funny how you're just like afraid to cough, and I'm like, man, I don't want to cough. In my mind, I'm like laughing because I'm like, these people like looking at me crazy, but I'm like, they just don't know. I just had some hot chips. Like, my throat is dry as heck. Like, so I had to let out a couple coughs. I ain't gonna lie, I coughed. I'm like, look, here you go, take my money, give me my change. So they probably think I got the coronavirus. I'm just saying, but I don't. But whatever. It just had to happen. But that was just so funny to me. I was just like, wow, people really look at you crazy. Like, dang, I can't cough? I mean, dang. People just take stuff way too serious. And we got on masks. What are you worried about? But anyways, I'm gonna head to Home Depot since they didn't have it. Hopefully Home Depot have it. I have a good feeling that they will, because Home Depot, that's kind of like their thing, is hardware and stuff like that. So I would assume, since they make keys, that they would have key rings and stuff like that there. So I'm finna head there, and I'll check in with you guys when I leave there. Okay, so I did find some key rings here because my husband wanted just the rings to put on his already key rings, so I got that. And then I got these for me and my daughter, for us to put on our wrists, little cute little keychains or whatever, just for now. So they did have a pretty big selection there, but it's pretty packed in Home Depot. Like, it's pretty packed. So I guess a lot of people are doing home improvements or whatever, because it was packed in there. So yeah, so I'm doing that, and now I'm done on my quest. I'm gonna go home. Now I'm gonna go home, find me something to eat, because I still haven't ate since this morning when I talked to you guys. I still haven't ate. So I just been eating, like nibbling on like some hot chips, which is not food. It's not food, if you know what I mean. It's a snack. It's not healthy for you. So I'm gonna go home and actually make me like a veggie burger or something, like a black bean burger or something like that, and some fries. But that is it for right now. I'm ready to go home. I've had enough. I'm gonna go get the kids later. Yeah, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So I made it home, so I'm just about to study. I got me some more dry erase markers because my kids just keep losing them. So I'm gonna go ahead and study a little bit before I go get the kids, kind of refresh my memory because I have that test tomorrow. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it wasn't much, but you know, hopefully you gained something from it. But other than that, yeah, definitely subscribe, comment, share, and give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.